Hey guys, are you in the market for a new baitcast reel that won't break the bank? Well, in my 7 years working with Lew's, I know even in their inexpensive reels, they put quality components. So today, I'm gonna go over Lew's LFS and BB1 reels ranging from $99 to $200 and help you decide which baitcast reel is best for you. Welcome back guys, hope you're doing good since the last time we talked. I wanted to show you Lew's LFS and BB1 reels, and I'm not here to sell you on anything. I'm just trying to inform you on a reel and help you make a decision. So anyways, we'll jump right into it. I'll start with the LFS frames right now, move these BB1s to the side. So LFS is similar to the SLP. They're still a palmable reel, but LFS is lighter, faster, stronger. It's obviously one of their frames that several of their reels are on, and I'm not showing you all of them. I'm just showing you the ones that I use and kind of giving you a range of, so you can kind of maybe something that fits in with what you're looking for. So this one is the Tournament Pro, and it's a black reel. And it has the speed keeper, which holds the bait, your bait on your reel rather than hooking to the frame and scratching the frame up. And then it also has a speed dial on it, which a line indicator, which you can put what size line you have on the reel so you don't forget. This is still an aluminum frame reel, which all these reels that I'm going to show you are aluminum frame, which that's pretty much all I fish. Graphite frames are just fine, a little more inexpensive, but the longevity of an aluminum frame reel is just going to last you a long time. So that's pretty much all I use, just because it's not going to torque on you as much as the graphite would. But this one retails, the Tournament Pro retails for $200, so it's a little bit more pricey, but you are getting a lot of a good braking system. It has the braking system, the same braking system that the high-end SLP reels that I showed you in the last video. So the $300 reels have that. It has the same braking system in it, so you're getting a really good braking system. You're not getting the wind knobs, but you're getting their little compact grips, which are pretty good. I don't know if you like paddle over wind, the round knobs. I'm kind of mixed, but this is a good reel. For that $200 range, you're going to get pretty much everything you want. You can adjust the brakes externally and internally with that adjustable centrifugal braking system that they have in this one. Also kind of a cool feature, they got the little grip thing on the thumb bar, which is kind of cool. But that's a $200 reel. So I'm going to jump down a little bit, is the Tournament MP. This one replaces the Tournament MB, which kind of had like a cult following, which was a really good reel. And this one's pretty much the same reel. They added the P2 pinion would be in this one, is basically just a bigger pinion gear, which allows for smoother casting and stronger, better, longer life, better performance, because you're getting a bigger crankshaft basically in your reel. It still has the speed keeper too, which is cool. It doesn't have a speed dial, but it's got the speed keeper. Plus this one's offered in a lot more gear ratios. Most of their reels are offered in typical 7.5 to 1, and this one has a 5.6 to 1 all the way up to an 8.3, maybe 7.5, can't remember for sure. So I use this one a lot of times in the winter. This is a 5.6 to 1, so for my spinner baits, crankbaits, basically just slowing down in the winter time, it's good that this reel, that's kind of the mid-range reel, a good reel you can get in a lot of different gear ratios, so you can kind of spread it across your lineup. But yeah, it's got the multi-setting brake in it, so basically you can adjust it externally, but you can also, it's got like pop it open here, it's got little 4 little teeth here that you can adjust to turn on or off to get your casting kind of a little bit better where you want it, and you're not backlashing, so you can kind of really fine tune it a little bit more. One of my favorite reels, honestly, is the Speed Spool. This is just their probably entry level, I guess you want to say, aluminum frame reel. It's a $99, and it has everything that you basically need. The drag is not as good as the other reels, but it's still a good enough drag. It's got the P2, the bigger pinion gear in it. It's got the magnetic brake in it. So the braking system isn't as good either, but overall this reel is just a solid performing reel. It's and I have several of them. This one, the same as the Tournament MP, it's offered in a range of gear ratios. So this one's offered in, this one's my 5-6-1, and it goes all the way up to I think 8 in this one too, I believe. But you can kind of spread that one out again. This one you can adjust internally. It's just basically a magnetic brake that as you turn the external dial here, it puts the magnets down to tighten that down or loosen it up. So not the best braking system, but it's just, I don't think you're gonna find a better $99 reel, honestly. It's just a good solid reel, and for as much as they have in it, for only $100, you can't go wrong, honestly. So those are the LFS reels that I use. There's a lot more reels, but those are the main ones I use. From there, we'll move to the BB1. The BB1 series is kind of their legacy series, I guess you could say. It's kind of what got them started. They have the BB1 Pro, which retails for $200. And then they have the BB1, which is $160. So obviously on this one, I've replaced the knobs, the bigger knobs, because this is my cranking reel. That's primarily what I'm using these reels for, because they are, unlike the LFS, the frames are wider. They're wider frame. The line guide is further away from the spool. So your accuracy is going to go down, but you're going to be able to cast a lot further with these reels. These reels, basically, you can bob them. If you look up any David Fritz videos, you're going to see how far you can throw these things. He does contests all the time with them. But this one here is a 5-to-1 ratio, and it's got the multi-stop to it. Kind of hard to show you here, but basically you can go back a little bit with it. And what that does, what the whole theory behind that is, when you're cranking, you crank bait and you hit a log or a rock or something, instead of jamming into that log or rock, it kind of gives you that little bit of play where that crankbait can back up and go. That's the thought behind it. I'm not really sure if it works, but I kind of like it, and so that's what I use. This is my primary cranking setup. It has just a centrifugal brake, so there's no external adjustment on it. It's all internal, so you have to kind of mess with that a little bit. But it's actually, straight out of the package, it's set pretty well. But so I throw crankbaits and big swim baits. This is primarily just my crankbait reel, but it's got a bigger spool on it, so it holds more line. Obviously, when you're throwing lots of line out there with big crankbaits, you want a bigger spool to get your distance out there a little further. But yeah, just a good solid reel. If you're gonna crank, there's not a better reel. It just makes it a lot easier. And then you got the BB1 Pro, which is jumping up to $200. It does have the speed dial on it, though, tell you the line indicator, tell you what line you have on. But again, wide body, wide frame for casting a long ways. And it's got the good braking system. It's got the quiet cast ACB, so it's got a lot of, you can adjust it inside and outside, and it's just a quieter braking system, basically, is the whole thing behind it. So the BB1s are just going to be for me anyways, they're my cranking, swim bait, and just all around workhorses, as far as going to make bringing a crankbait in a lot easier. Guys, that's it for these reels. If you missed part 1, where I break down the expensive SLP reels and why they're so expensive, I'll link that in the card above. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like button and stay safe out there.